Okay, that was a little bit weird then. Okay, and welcome back to the second episode. So, a bit longer has gone past since I was logged on last. I've not been well the last week, so I haven't been able to do any recording. So, I have made note of the time. I have checked that I am not muted. And ready to go. So, we're only going to play for half an hour. So, let's get to it. So, we're trying to get some food, but if I was playing normally, I would stay here until I succeeded in doing so. But since I'm only playing for half an hour to 40 minutes each time, probably going to be half an hour this time around, I don't want to waste too much time hanging around in the same spot. So just checking coordinates, seeing. So we're gonna see if we can get some. Okay, hang on, this is a bit laggy. Give me 1 second. Let's fix this. I always forget to go. Yeah, there we go. It's on fast. That's what I want. Don't know why it always defaults back to fancy, but it doesn't have cause a lot of frame rate lag. So I think the best thing is just to move on. Now, I'm still undecided about turning on any of the client features. I know when we come to the point of where we'll actually be heading into the end, I definitely will be there and then, because having the chest, ESP or search on helps, especially if you have traces switched on as well, because 9 times out of 10 you will see the traces will kick in before the actual cities render in. So I know part of me is so tempted to jump into the nether to speed things up, but knowing at this point and not really having any tools on me, you know, I could make some wooden tools at this point, no problem. That wouldn't be difficult. But at the same time, I know if I, oh god, Skelly. Normally, it's like normally Skellies are easy, but no armor, he would kill me within seconds. Right, looks like there's a little hut over here, so let's go and check it out and see if there's any chests with any food in. And this, ooh, somebody's got some crops growing, but they're early stage. Let's just close the doors. It's polite. Okay, there's no food. Okay, anything in the stove? No. Oops, didn't want to do that. But they do have a crafting table. Okay, I don't need the gravel. I'm going to carry that around. And the bow is about to get 2 durability. Yeah, that can stay there. Right, I am going to make myself a boat. There we go. But I think we shall continue onwards. Misclick. Put you back in my offhand. There we go. Oh, I am so tempted to put the GUI on. Sorry, until as you can see here, I'm still losing my voice. Yeah, I'm still. So I don't have to keep checking F3 to see which way we're going. Oh, oh dear. Yeah, so yeah, I recorded the first episode well over a week ago, but then ended up getting the flu. As you can tell by my voice, it's still very croaky, so I've barely been able to talk. So yeah, my head wasn't up to it either, so I didn't bother recording. But need to get another episode done. Also, I've got videos still halfway edited to do with Constantium. My main account is, because the first episode of this is due to go out next, and then there's a video going after that, which is me heading back into the end on my main account, so heading back out to the build site. Yeah, so I'm ready to carry on doing some building there, but I just haven't done it, my head has not been there. So, oh dear. Used to have so many videos stacked, set to go off once a week. Literally down to 2. Last of the kit videos went out 2 days ago. What's the TPS like? Things aren't, there's no reason for me to be rubber banding like that. So yeah, the last of the kit videos at the moment went out. So on that, I did something which I said I'd never do, which was I griefed a small build. I'm not going to go into details about the build, but there was a reason I did it. I'm not saying I'm happy about the fact that I did it. I'm happy it's gone. But griefing is not something I particularly want to do, and I certainly won't do on a whim. Now I could put the boat down, couldn't I? Do some ice speed. So yeah, so it wasn't. I'm happy I griefed the build, but I'd rather if I hadn't had to, if that makes sense. So I always said 3 rules. Wouldn't use a client, well that went out the window very quickly. Wouldn't leak coordinates, which I can't believe I did that completely unintentionally and hadn't even realised at the time that I'd done it. And wouldn't grief. Now the no griefing was like the really hard fast one. Though I always did say it would take an awful lot to make me grief. And it in a sense it did. It was something in case of, I'm not justifying it because every grief has a justification for for doing it. It's just, it was one of those things. I made a decision and went with it. Anyway, so, and yeah, it's going to be very witchy because I have just no idea where my head is at the moment. So I just didn't want. I can't play Minecraft. Oh dear. Yeah. I was there's another newish YouTuber who I've been watching. Never Exist MC, and I was watching his video, this recent video that came out, and it's a 2B video, but it's so wholesome. He does a recording and out himself when he's able to, and then he narrates it with his son. And I don't know how old his son is, but he's young, certainly. So he's in America, so he's the elementary school, probably. I don't know, maybe no older than 10, maybe even younger than that. And it's just, I love watching it. I love the interaction between the two of them and thinking, okay, it's a chaotic, toxic server, but it's so wholesome. Yeah, there's a lot of wholesome people on this server. We hear about the bad stuff, and there are some very toxic people who probably could do with some therapy. But there's also some really good people too, and people who just enjoy playing on here for the challenge. And he's currently travelling out on one of the highways, exploring it, and it's such a wholesome thing to watch, especially when you're used to like most of the videos to do with 2B that I've found in the past are either people griefing or stash hunting or base hunting and stuff, or documentaries such as Fitz and Sal's. So it's just nice to see a video like that. And we've had a few messages back in too, and he asked me to check out up on a build they'd done. That's what I was able to. And if you're watching this, I'm going to tell you, you put such a big smile on my face when you brought it up in your last video. And I paused it, took the video back so my husband could hear it. And it just, oh dear. Yeah. So, yes. So now I'm going to say the same to you, Free Cookie and Never Exist. Thank you for your content that you're making. I enjoy watching it immensely. And you always put a big smile on my face. And I think it's such a wholesome, sweet thing that the two of you are doing together. I really do. and good luck and keep up with it. However, I will say this to your young lad. I know he's thinking of possibly doing one of the highways, and talk has been maybe the north one. Having explored a good way up that highway, I can tell you now, you go well past the million. I think I gave up about 1,200,000, and it was still going. It is a very, very long highway. Some good builds. I haven't followed the whole thing, and that I was just jumping in and out, doing some exploring. And yeah, it's definitely worth viewing, but it is a long one. I don't know if it's the longest, but it is definitely a very long highway. So, just thought I'd put that out there. Dear. Yeah, so it goes to show the server isn't as bad as we sort of expect it to be. To put it that way, yes, there are the toxic minority, but that's the thing, they are a minority. They're just unfortunately a loud minority. Yeah, I do apologise if I seem a little bit out of it. Ooh, little farm, any food? I don't want to harvest anything that's not fully grown. Wheat, no point, but it does like carrots and potatoes. I didn't want to get some seeds there that could be replanted. Okay, no good for me at the moment, but I can leave them to carry on growing for the next person. So we have been playing for about 10 minutes at the moment. Yeah. Oh dear. Sorry, I just gone quiet for a second because I thought something had sprung to mind to talk about, and then it's just completely gone. Yeah. We'll blame it on my age, shall we? So yeah, my main account is out at the build site at the moment in the end. So at the moment, I don't know how things are with all the kits I put out, if any of them have gone, if any of them are left. So, if anybody watching this who have been there and found any, let me know. Leave a sign. I'll be honest, when I go to the location where I've had placed kits and I find signs, it's another thing that just makes me smile. Knowing that someone's found it and found use of it, especially if it's a new player. Because normally, there's been a couple where somebody's like, case of it's just helping me get started, and it puts such a big smile on my face knowing that it actually has helped somebody. So if you do find any of them, you don't have to leave signs, that's entirely up to you. But if you want to, you don't have to put your name on it, just sort of yep, found it. Maybe found it on such and such date. That would would be good. It's I say it just put a smile on my face knowing that somebody has made use of it. So I do have an idea for a future build project with my main account, but I want to get the end one finished first. As for this account, the plan is once these videos are done and we've picked up an elytra, whether I actually take the elytra is another matter, because I don't really need to, because I've got plenty with my main account. My main account can soon get me out. I just want to actually see if it's doable to on foot with minimal gear, like I say, just plain diamond, unenchanted. I want to get out to a ship and make it up there, kill the shulkers, and get to the point where yes, I can pick up that elytra. So when they're saying, like my gear and my armor will be unenchanted, I'm just talking about basic tools, possibly. I do plan, to maybe do some fishing, so if I end up fishing up a power 4 infinity bow, then I'm going to repair it and use it. And possibly if I fish up any enchantment books that can be used for armor or tools, I also may add them to it. Okay, it looks like we have a ruin of a base here. Okay, not going to go too close. I think it's going to be fun getting past this. I do know that I have a bit of an advantage over... Okay, right, so this might be fun to try and get through, so I might be better off trying to look for a way around. Or just to risk it and try and navigate it. Let's just go for it. Yeah, I do have an advantage over a lot of new players who start from the beginning. The experience with this account is not going to be the same as with my main when I first joined, simply because I already know stuff. I know where there's end portals. I know where there is how the end is. I'm gonna keep half of that out. Just gonna throw some in here. And I think we'll throw in the craft. No, we won't craft tables either. Just throw them in. Oh, I didn't see that chest. There's food. There's food. Let's get our health and food back up if we can. Not quite enough. Okay, let's open these sides. Yeah. Ah, dear. Right, time to move on. Yes, sorry. Yeah, so for me it's going to be a bit easier with the alt because I'm already aware of and familiar with the server. So things like I already know where there's end portals, so I'm not having to go and look for them. But I didn't stumble upon the end, just stumble across. My apologies. I didn't just one day stumble upon the end portals. I literally went on Google and did a search of 2B2T end portal locations. Got a couple lists and checked them all out. Some of them were incorrect, where there wasn't portals at the locations, but some of them did. So yeah. So it's not hard to find on a couple of the end port, and I am so sorry that I cannot seem to speak at the moment. I am blaming it on being ill. Yeah, so on some of my videos where I've gone into the end, I've shown the coordinates of the portals, and that these are all ones which are easy to find just with a quick Google search. So I'm not leaking anything with that. There is a couple more that I know of, which I won't give the coordinates to because portals are possible to be griefed. It's one of the things, I don't know how you do it, but I have come across portals where there's like a single portal frame left, which you can go through, or completely the actual frames and everything are still there, but the portal's no longer lit because someone's been able to break it. Which is a nuisance, because once you do that, then nobody has access to it. Yeah, so why would you do that? Really, why? Other than I know you can, but is that really a good enough reason? Ooh. Now that's a bit of a risky one, but I am tempted. So tempted to climb the water chute. My apologies. I am so tempted to turn on chest ESP as well. I don't know. So yeah, so anybody who does end up watching the first one, whether you watch it all the way through, I really would like, sorry, I sound like I'm about to start crying. No, it's just my voice is going again. Probably pushing it a bit much at the moment, trying to do this while I am. My throat is the way it is. Yeah, so anybody who does end up watching them, if you want to give a little bit of feedback on your opinion on whether I should, while in the overworld, use a client. At the moment I'm holding off because I don't really need it at the moment. Very few chests that I find will actually be of any use. I might find a little bit of food, but I'm certainly not going to find anything amazing this close in. You know what? It's amazing what you find sometimes. And if I do find anything, I'm not planning to make use of it, other than to make note of the location and send my main account to pick up stuff. But then the question is, it's really put me searching for stuff. Just my finger's itching to hit control and turn on free cam, because everything is there. I could use it if I want to. I think I'm losing my mind. Oh dear. I was back at work for 1 week after the Easter holidays. 1 week it took the kids to infect me with something. 1 week. Kids are natural petri dishes for any viruses are going around. Oh dear me. But unfortunately, I get to share it back again because I still have to work. Because, got bills to pay. Have to pay for utilities, got to buy food, got to keep the house going, got to do all that boring grown-up stuff. Still got to work on the house. I was supposed to do some planting last weekend. I've got some potatoes to plant and some onions and spring onions and stuff. Not much of a gardener. I tend to just go for things that grow and eat, and that just couldn't do it last week. I was in bed all day on Saturday, and most of the day on Sunday. Just high temperature, aches, pains and stuff. It's just a case of nope. I have to leave it another week, and I need to get it in as soon as possible because they're supposed to be planted by now. Oh well. Joys of being a grown-up. Let's see how far out we got. We are 11k on the E6 on. Right. A part of me is tempted. When I first escaped, they actually headed out in this direction initially, and there was a farm, a big melon farm. Now I remember taking a screenshot of the coordinates, and I have to be honest, a part of me is tempted right now to pause this, log out of the game, get the screenshot, and head there, because I don't think we're that far away from it. It's probably not the most sensible thing I could be doing right now, because that's just going to use up hunger. I don't think anything about this episode is going to be sensible. I think it's a safe bet to say, yes, common sense is not going to be here today. So, my thinking is, ultimately we're going to head out about 30 to 50k. We're not going to go a huge distance out. So I want to be close enough to be able to come back to spawn very quickly for heading into the end when the time comes. I could set up now, to be honest. Go and do a bit of mining, get myself some iron armor, get myself some stone tools and stuff. It'll be easy enough to do. But I think we'd like to get out a little bit further. And also I keep hoping to find a little farm where I can get some food. The spawn region. So I define spawn as in 3 categories. You have spawn, which is the initial 2k or whatever distance it is set to these days, where we spawn into the game. That is spawn, the initial radius where we spawn in. Then you have the spawn area, which to me is from that initial couple of thousand to about 30, 40k, and that's like where you'll find the most of the destruction. Where you'll find, you know, the odd little farms and stuff, but the worst of the destruction, you know, you still get areas like this where it just looks like normal Minecraft terrain, and then you'll go over the hill and it'll be like a massive crater, and then your greater spawn, which is what I class up to about 125, 150k. So that's how I define the spawn area. Now, it's a long way out, but if you build anything within that radius, you'll be lucky if it lasts 6 months. No, whoever you are, I'm not going to help you. And if you can't get out of spawn, then maybe try an easier server. I mean, how toxic am I there? Right, so we're coming up on the half an hour. We're about 5 minutes away from the half an hour. I don't really want to stop just yet, but then I got to think about the length of the video. And let's face it, there's just been no conversation other than me just all wittering and sounding awful and being very, very confused. Oh yeah, there's when this comes out, it will already come out. There's a video where I go back into the end again, and I am so confused. I really am. It's just a case of a video of me going, what, why? Going, oh, alright, so now this is interesting. We are finding grass. Let's see. Now that sounds a bit of a strange thing to say. That's the wrong one, that's screenshots. So yeah, less than 12k. So that's surprising. I did not think we'd find grass this close in, because most people will have broken all the grass to get seeds. So that's why you don't tend to see grass so close in. It's the same with like the passive mobs. You just never see them within, I'd say, the spawn region. So within, oops, some of these died and dropped their stuff. So that is useful to me. Let's see, a bit more wood, 1 piece of wheat, bit of redstone. Alright, actually, no, it's not. There's absolutely no use there. Yeah, I don't know what distance it really is, but you don't tend to see like sheep and cows and stuff anywhere near spawn. Probably about 20k out, you'll probably start finding them. In some cases, even further. Oh! Am I at that place? Okay. Just going, So I was saying about the big melon farm, I thought about bringing up the screenshots and going and having a look, but I never actually did. And I think that's where we are. I'm sure they had rings like that there, and then we've got the ruins of a base there. We might actually be at that location. You know, it's long since been griefed and everything, so I don't want to bring up this screenshot again because you know roughly where I am. But I think this is the same. But have I? Yeah. Oh, it looks like a lot of the melons have gone though. It's like 1 melon there. That's a shame because it was a really handy farm. And there's a few more. Yeah, without realising it. I swear I have not paused and gone into screenshots, but this is the actual farm I was talking about and saying I was tempted to get the coordinates for, which I found on my very first time when I first joined 2B. I swear I have not done that. I have literally, without realising it, walked straight to it. Honestly, I'm telling you the truth. Please believe me. Alright, let's see if we can get some food. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a lot of melons have been left, which is a shame because when I was here, it was just masses. Why am I doing... Oh, there we go. Yeah, so it's had some damage. There's still a few, so we'll be able to get some food anyway. I might get myself sorted and then maybe get some seeds and plant a few melons. So let's get my hunger dealt with first. And then we'll... I really got to stop doing that. Yeah, it's a shame because it was... Pressing really weird. Yeah, it was just... All this was all melon. Oh, I love 2B sometimes. Oh dear. But at least I can do is I can put some back. So let's get myself a bit more. So let's harvest some of these, and then what we'll do is we'll get some seeds. We'll get a few more planted. So at least then it can help the next person along. So yeah. So yeah, it seemed a lot more destruction since I was here the first time round. Now, I don't know the name of the space. I suppose in theory I could go and see if it's listed anywhere. There we go, so 11 seeds. Let's get some of these in. And it'll take a while for them to grow. But hopefully every time somebody comes through here, you know, they harvest some of the melons and that, they can plant a few more, and each time they'll grow a little bit. So let's just get a bit more food. So we've got a little bit to see us on, and we'll have just a quick look around. Yeah, this is why the melon is the food of 2B. Because you harvest one and then it can just grow back in a second, and really does help. So we've got some planted, managed to get ourselves a decent stack. Well, not even half a stack, but we've got some. Enough to keep us going anyway. I don't know, right, somebody explain this to me. Pointing out, but it's not going to work. Let me just, nope. Right. My bar there, so I've got 2 hearts missing on the health. My hunger saturation is full and I'm not regenerating. Why does it do this sometimes? Please somebody tell me, because I've found this a few times, and if I've been in a situation where I've had gaps and I just end up gapping to bring it up. But I don't know if it's to do with the lag or what. But yeah, it just does that sometimes. It's really annoying. Alright, so yes, this was the farm I was talking about and was thinking of heading to. Oh dear. So since I was here the first time round, which was well over 12 months ago, it's unfortunately suffered a bit more damage. It was already griefed, but it's even more griefed now than it was then. Yeah, when I was here the melon farm was pretty much complete, but it's unfortunately taken a fair bit of damage. So I'm thinking this might be a good place for us to stop for today, and then on the next episode we will maybe hang around here a little bit and get a bit more, get ourselves some better, no, I was going to say hang around here and get ourselves some kitted out or something and get some basic armour sorted, but it's a too heavily travelled area, I think. So let's leave this area after all. I was thinking of maybe staying and logging out here, but let's put a little bit of distance between. Oh, there we go. Now it's moving. Okay. I don't understand this game sometimes. There we go. I feel better. I know. I was thinking how funny it would be if we got there so far out and then I just died and had to go back to spawn and start again. Oh, really? Alright, so yeah. Oh, somebody's little hut there. So yeah, we shall pull in here. We could gather up some boat back. I know, I could just make myself some wooden tools so easily, but I'm going to be honest, I'm sort of holding out in the hope of just finding some stone or iron tools as I go along. And nothing of use. I don't think I need the mossy cobble, so that can go. And I'm not planning on building a redstone farm, so that can go. I might get the gunpowder because, like I say, I'm not decided yet whether I'm going to actually take the elytra and maybe leave the end with it. So I'll end up needing some fireworks for that. But that is a future me problem to decide on. So I'm going to log out in a second because we have now been playing for about 35 minutes. It seems a good place as any to end today. So I do apologise to everybody for the cursed nature of this video and the fact that I have sounded awful and I've constantly lost the plot. Yes, I know. I've lost the plot already. So this is episode 2. This is me signing out, and we shall try and get ourselves a bit further out on the next one. Okay, so thanks for sticking with me and wishing you a good rest of your day. This is me signing off. Bye!